Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. Today, we're just here to talk a little bit about some brand new promo codes that have gone out. There is some inconsistencies, I would say, with the usage of this, and so we're going to talk about how you're going to be able to get at least up to 1,500 power cores and all the different ways that you'll be able to get this. So, if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. Okay, so I'm doing this from my old boosted alt account that I kind of stopped playing. But I already did some of this stuff on my main account, so I want to show you by doing this on another account. Now there is 3 codes which we're going to input here into the redeem code button. I want to tell you that if you're on iOS though, when you click this in-game button, the redeem code down here, it is going to redirect you to the website. So this is an important distinction for you to know. If you're on Android, though, it does actually bring up this a promo code entering that you could do in game. I didn't know this actually until today because my main device is iOS. And also, inputting this on the web apparently has mixed success. So, the easiest way to be able to do this is to put it in game. But before we do, make note of your power core total before you put it in. That way, you know if it actually works or not. Because you're supposed to get power cores plus some shards for Extreme X-Men. I believe it's Cyclops and Nightcrawler. We're going to take a look at that. I'm going to disable my in-game chat. I don't know why that's in there. So I was at 8250, right? I'm pretty sure. So we're going to input the first one, and the first one is let me let me ring this up. 7. Oops, 7. Not the number 7, but the word 7. 7th anniversary, right? And so it's going to say that it's not. Oh, it actually. So usually when I did it on my main account, it actually didn't even show this. Like it actually said there was an error message, and when I did that. So there you go. That's the first 500 cores and 100 shards of each of those characters and 5 premium orbs. Now, you should still be able, and I'm at 8750 power core, so you should still be able to go back in here and put in the second one, which is going to be MSF7. Now, I don't know if it's actually, it could show up as an error as well. It did, right? And so now we know that I was at 8750 shards, though, right? Or sorry, cores. And you can see that my total just jumped to 9250. So in this case, yeah, it didn't actually show the rewards given properly. But as you can see, as I was recording here, that it did actually give it to me. Now, I think I have those characters unlocked anyways. So you can see that I have an extra surplus here. I believe they also came with Gambit shards, actually. So you can see some, maybe, you can see some surplus shards, right? That's being converted into Ultimus fragments. And that's kind of how you know it works. On top of cores, make sure that you keep track of how many power cores you have. So that's the second one there. The third one, so if you don't have Android, the easiest thing to do, in my opinion, would be to go download an Android emulator, such as LD Player, which is the one that I use, or you could get BlueStacks as well to link your account that way, and then you can do this. If you're having problems doing it either through the web, which some people have reported on, or using iOS on the web as well, or on mobile devices, right? So this is the easiest way here. And then Reward 7 is going to be the third one. And again, it's going to give you that same sort of error message. We can't redeem this code, blah, 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 blah. But I'm back up to 9,750 cores. So I started at 8,250. Now I'm at 9,750. So that's 1,500. And I should get more ultimate. Yeah. So again, I think it's 100 Cyclops and 100 Nightcrawler per code. So 300 of each. And that's a good way to kind of know whether or not that you're actually getting the rewards if you have troubles keeping track of your power cores. So again, I feel like this is the easiest way. I feel it's a bit disappointing that it's not working very well on iOS. It's also not working very well on the web. So this is the way that I would personally do it. Because if you go to MarvelStrikeForce.com, I always type in msf.gg because it always redirects. Like this is my main account, right? And I've heard mixed success. If you go to the player gift link here and you put it in there, I think I did this with one of them, which might have been the first one that I put in. The 7, was it? I think that might have worked online. But the rest of them are probably going to have issues because I had issues on my main account doing it that way. I had to go into the game on my Android emulator to be able to do that. It didn't work on the web for me. So this is just some things that I wanted to share with you guys because that's a lot of cores. No, I mean it's a fair bit of course, right? I mean, I guess we have a lot more in arena these days. 1,500 is still quite a bit, and that could be a lot of things that you can do that with. It could be like two and a half more Howard the Duck orbs, depending on what you're doing with him. And just keep in mind that this is a thing. Now, as far as other things that I wanted to talk about in today's video, is some of the stuff related. There's a lot of stuff related to Starjammers that I wanted. That's a lot of inbox messages, by the way. Also, actually, if you're a returning player or if you need, I got this when I logged into my alt account. That's kind of funny. Maybe they're doing like an Extreme X-Men themed kind of stuff here. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Some stuff that's coming around the bend. Well, we have Starjammers, right? And if you guys watched my video from yesterday, was it yes? No, sorry. 2 days ago, that there is going to be some events upcoming that do require the Starjammers, or at least require the usage of the Starjammers, including Lalandra. Some other things that I also wanted to bring up is that, well, unfortunately, the Illuminati Super Showcase is ending soon. Hopefully, you got a good chance to farm your Captain Britain shards. That's funny because actually I'm on my alt account. I don't even know why I'm bothering to do this. But yeah, I managed to get myself up to a 7 yellow on my main account. Hopefully some of you guys got, I was getting on average about 25 to 30 shards a day. So, that's definitely an unlock for newer players, and I think that's actually a pretty good thing. Hopefully, we'll see what ends up happening, because I think beyond this, Captain Britain needs to become farmable, in my opinion, right? They don't need to keep bringing this back all the time. They've been chucking out enough shards, and his anchor pricing of his offer. If you check his offer, actually, it's like 50 shards for like $5. It's crazy. I think they're gonna make him farmable pretty soon, even though he's an epic. I think there was so much backlash originally on Captain Britain, and at this point, he's an old era character, right? So his stats don't even matter that much. I upgraded my character to 7 red, my Captain Britain, and his stats are just so low compared to recent characters. I compared him to my Blade, and I was like, good God, it's like it's night and day. It's crazy difference. But the Starjammers, right? So we had Howard the Duck yesterday. I do want to point out, and I think I can still show you here, that it was quite surprising to find. I didn't see this when I did my original take on the Howard the Duck missions, that there is 2,000 Mcron crystals at the very end of the showcase. This is kind of important because that's equivalent to about 6 days of the daily raid milestone. So this is going to help push you up to unlock Lalandra a little bit sooner and also get those shards quicker too. So I was surprised to see an extra 2,000 for free. Do keep in mind about what I said yesterday, though, regarding Howard the Duck, if you decide to unlock him early or not, because you're going to get a variety of crystals as well that will push you to a 7 yellow Lalandra quicker. I'm specifically commenting on the 7 yellow Lalandra because I have this weird feeling that it might be required to some form. I know that we don't have that information yet, and so it's perfectly reasonable to save your power cores until maybe we know a little bit more, maybe on the Friday blog post tomorrow, or sometime next week, because honestly, we're like a week away from more. We've got to be like a week away from more Xavier information, because Havoc is most likely going to be next Friday, or at the very latest the following Monday, which means after that point there is nobody else left in the roster, right? So the story ends with Xavier, essentially. The showcase story ends with Xavier coming out of hiding. And if you read on my, I think I did a summary of this in both a video and on my Discord server, that's who's next. And so I got to imagine that proper news about the real requirements, and I mean beyond Lalandra, because the only hard requirement that they told us about is Lalandra. But I have this feeling that obviously there's going to be more characters. You've seen the data mines about Gear Tier 20, but I think that Starjammers, the entire team, may be soft required as well. But I also think that Lalandra might be hard required, not only her, the character, but also her star levels. I spoke about that as well. So there is lots of reasons why you might want a power core for Howard and Havoc to get those extra Mcron crystals, which will push you anywhere from like 2 to 4 weeks to a quicker 7 yellow. Now, whether or not in the grand scheme of things this matters, like if it's associated with G20, if Xavier requires G20, then maybe those 2 to 4 weeks don't matter much because you're still waiting for G20. But we don't know that yet. There's a couple of missing pieces here. And of course, what is the grand scheme of the characters that we need to unlock Xavier? Because let's be real, there's 60 nodes. There's going to be some other team, lots of other teams required. I also have this strange feeling that we're going to need, to a lesser extent, all of the Age of X or most of the Age of X teams. Just what they require for each of the teams might vary. So I'm not, I've been saving my. This isn't my main account, right? I've been saving my main account resources. I have like over 300 million gold because I've barely done anything. I skipped a couple of characters. I haven't been leveling Liberty that much. And that's because I'm waiting to hear more about what's upcoming with these official details so that I'm prepared, right? Whether it's gear tier 20, and maybe buying it from the supply store if they put it in there, because that's possible because they usually do that. Whether or not that's different this time around, I don't know. But then I'll also have the gold available to upgrade the characters that I know I'm going to need. And so being the most adequately prepared that I can be for Charles Xavier is my current plan. So I just wanted to kind of do that a little bit here, let people know what's going on with me, what's going on with my account, what I plan to do with regards to Xavier. And I think we're honestly very, very close to getting more official information. That's it for me. Wasn't really planning on doing a video, but some people wanted me to bring up the promo code stuff here. So that's it for now, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.